Hey everybody, Frank Sapsky here, the Polish Pizziolo. Today we're going to go over making stuffed breads. And we're going to make 3 breads. We're going to make a pepperoni, we're going to make a broccoli and garlic, and we're going to make a steak and cheese. All 3 excellent breads. I've made these a bunch of times. I've posted my pictures on Facebook so people kind of have an idea of what they're going to end up. But today I'm going to show you how I actually make them. From preheating the oven to rolling the dough out. I'm going to roll one out and I'm going to spin one or stretch it, and I'm going to show you how I put it together, put it in the sheet pan, put it in the oven. We're going to monitor it as time goes on, and then we're going to take it out, cool it down a little bit, and eat it up and eat like a bunch of gavons. So that's what we're going to do today, and thanks for watching. Okay guys, we're going to get going here. We're going to start making some breads. First thing that I want to go over is the oven setting. And what I usually do is I preheat the oven to 375. So we're going to do that right now. Okay everyone, so we're ready to explain all of the tools and the ingredients and stuff, and I'm going to go over everything as detailed as I possibly can. So the first thing we have is our bench flour, and we're going to put that on here, and we're going to roll out the doughs on that. Extra virgin olive oil, EVOO. We got a rolling pin. We've got our pecorino romano, which is what we used for our pizza the other night. Doughs in their containers. Pepperoni. Whole milk. Sliced mozzarella. Roasted garlic. Broccoli that has been already broiled. Salt and pepper. Large sheet pan. Small sheet pan. The next thing I want to talk about is the dough, because everything starts with the dough. I make my own dough most of the time. I should say really half the time I make my own dough, and half the time my wife goes to Stop and Shop or Big Y or wherever it is, and she gets dough, and I make the breads from the dough. So if you're in New Haven County or New Haven area, the dough I like the best is Apizza. It comes in a red bag, and I think they actually sell it at Stop and Shop. The key to the dough is that whether you make it or buy it, you got to let it sit out for about an hour and a half to 2 hours before you want to make the breads. And that's a key element, because you want it to be room temperature. You don't want it coming right out of the freezer, because it's going to be really hard to stretch or roll. So that's the tip for the dough. I think we covered the dough, the temperature, and I went over the ingredients, and I think we're ready to start making these breads. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with a little bench flour, and this is just all-purpose flour, nothing special, but you want to put it all on your area here. Then we're going to take one of these doughs out, and if you watched my video a couple days ago, this is the same dough that I made the pizza in. So just so you know. So dough comes out. Sometimes it needs a little help. And here we have it. Right now I just really want to get some flour on it. I want to be able to handle it because it's sticky. So we put some flour on it. And this here, you know, I just kind of thin it out as much as I can. And I go all around it, not particularly worried about the shape of it, because it's going to get rolled up anyways. So I do that a couple times. Again, I'm trying to get an even dough. And now I'm going to put some flour on the rolling pin, and I'm going to start rolling this out. And you got to put some pressure when you roll it. You notice I'm kind of doing one of these. That makes it spread a bunch. And you see how easy this dough is rolling out, because I've had this thing out for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. Okay, and it's getting pretty close to where we want to be, size-wise. And that's it, you know. Okay guys, we're back in action. This is dough number 3. Now I come from West Haven, Connecticut, and West Haven has its own little dialogue, and we got tree and tro. So instead of three, it's tree, and instead of throw, it's tro. So you're gonna hear me use those terms. I'm sorry, but that's just kind of how I grew up. So this is dough number 3, bread number 3. This is gonna be a broccoli and garlic. Gonna quickly put some whole milk mousse on there. Again, as much or as little as you want. Some people have also, and I've actually done this a couple times, threw a couple slices of American cheese in there. And that actually has a pretty decent taste to it, including the mozzarella. So that's really kind of up to you, but that's a little trick or a little different way of doing things. So we almost got the mozzarella on the bread. That's that. Next thing, broccoli. I like to kind of break up the flowers a little bit, or florets, or whatever they're called. But I just kind of put them all over the place. This is my daughter's favorite bread. She doesn't like it at all.
That's a false statement.
But we like it. My wife and son like it. So it's all good. The broccoli, you know, you don't want to overpower this thing with the broccoli. So what I'm trying to do is just spread things out. And that's kind of really anything with any topping. You know, you want to cover it, but you don't want to cover the whole thing completely with it, because then it takes away from everything else. So I would say right here is probably a good distribution of broccoli. Next thing we're going to do is put some fresh chopped garlic on. This garlic is amazing. I love garlic. I love the smell of it. And it just kicks this whole thing to another level. So that's what we got right here. Next thing is going to be pecorino romano. Again, nice handful. The more the better. You make it happy. You make it nice. This is all good stuff, like we keep saying. EVOO. This here, maybe do a little ring to this. This I like to put a little extra on because it's a little bit drier bread. Salt, pepper. Nothing crazy. Little dab will do ya. And that's what we have. We have the broccoli and garlic bread with the fresh mousse. Now I'm going to roll it. Come on now. You're killing me over here. So, again, we're going to put the little roll of EVO on there. Stretch it over. That's the bottom. Now we're going to put it on the tray. We come over here, throw it on the tray. Do a little slicey. Makes everything nicey. And then we're good. Okay guys, we're back and we're ready to throw these in the oven. I got 4 breads. What I did was, while we were off camera, I made an extra one because I had an extra dough and pepperoni and I didn't want to waste it. So if you come over here, you'll see that I got a pepperoni, steak and cheese, broccoli and garlic, and another pepperoni. Again, I didn't want to throw anything out. So that's the 4th one. If you guys were wondering if it's a different one or not, it isn't. So now we're going to throw them in the oven. Let's go. All right, here we go. We're throwing them in the oven. You know, roughly this is where you probably want about 12 inches from the top, because the last minute or so we're actually going to put the broiler on and it's going to brown the tops of these. So you don't want it up real high. You want it about, 10, 12 inches down. So that's really critical. This is a preheated oven, 375. See you in 30 minutes. Okay guys, we're back. We're gonna check. This is probably like a 15-20 minute update. See how the breads are going. One thing that I have to tell you that I forgot is the timing of the breads, and that's very important. The problem, I can't give you an exact time because everyone's oven's different, but I'm gonna tell you that the breads probably cook between 20 minutes and 30 minutes. But really, you have to check them. And the way I check them is to see, kind of like I do with the pizza, I see how hard the outer shell is. And again, we like it on the crunchy side, so I make sure that our breads are, fairly crisp or hard. And that's what you have to check for. But again, 20 minutes minimum to 30 minutes, depends on your oven. So let's check out what we got here. So yeah, these bad boys are going again. You can hear it sizzling. They're getting nice, nice, nice. We'll check in probably another 5 or 10 minutes. Okay guys, we're back at the oven. These breads have been in for about 30 minutes. Again, I put an extra bread in there, so that's why it's probably taking a little bit longer. But we're going to check out, see what we have going on. I'm probably going to put it on the broiler on for about a minute to a minute and a half. And what that does is that browns the top. So hopefully these are going to be ready real soon because I'm getting hungry. Here we go. So yeah, these bad boys are pretty much ready. I'm just going to put the broiler on. And that's going to brown the top. So probably leave that on for a minute, minute and a half or so. And then we're going to take them out, let them cool off, and then we're going to slice them up in a manja. So that's it. We're ready to take these son of bitches out and we eat them up. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've got to make sure, I've got to remind myself to turn the oven off because I don't know how many times I've not turned the oven off and got in trouble for it. And it's my own fault. So turn the oven off. And now we're going to take these bad boys out. That smell coming out of this oven is just unbelievable. Here we go. Look at these dogs, huh? Come on. So generally I let these things sit for, 5, 8, 10 minutes. They got to stop sizzling. I break them apart, take them out, put them on here, and we cut them up, and we're going to do that next. But I just wanted to show you the finished product. Okay, guys, it's ready to manja. We're going to cut these up with this little trusty pizza cutter that I never use, but it seems to be pretty good. So here we go. Oh, you hear that crunch? Come on. Look at this, huh? Okay guys, it's manja time. Before we start, you gotta have the Fox and Park grape. I like a lot of their flavors, but the grape is the best for me. I love the taste, and I've been drinking this stuff since I can remember. So we're gonna crack a Fox and Park. Nice grape, salute. And now we dig in. The question is, which one do we eat first? We got a little broccoli, garlic. We got a nice steak and cheese. And a little pepperoni. Notice the bottom. It's dark, it's crunchy. Again, we like that. That's what the olive oil does. So that's what we got. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack this one out. Look at this bad boy. If you can smell this, it is amazing. That's good stuff bread. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.